Hey everyone, this is Sam, and welcome to my channel. The game we'll be looking at today is going to be Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, the Iki Island expansion. In this video, I'll be showing you guys the best bow build in the game. Heck, this might be the best build in the game. You can see from this sequence, we're facing a ridiculous amount of Mongol enemies on Lifo, and we're dealing with all of them relatively easily with, non-stop heavy arrow headshots, with infinite arrows, with all the refills. And at the same time, you can see the concentration meter has not stopped. And to top all of that off, every enemy here is scared by every kill I make at 100% rate. This build is ridiculous. So if you would like to play online with me, you can add my PlayStation gamer tag right there, so we can play Ghost of Tsushima, grind together, or even chat. And you can also click on the card above or the link in the description below for more Ghost of Tsushima builds I have done for this game all year for all armors and all weapons. So the other builds I have showed you this year is, it's about sneaking in there, causing terror, or taking out enemies in small groups. But this one is nuts. You want to herd all the enemies, don't attack. Gather as many enemies as possible, and then trigger your concentration meter. And from there, you can see every headshot I do gives me an arrow back, and every headshot I do also refills the concentration meter, so I can stay in the concentration meter to do non-stop headshots. And every headshot I do, you can see, has a 100% terrify rate, which scares the enemies and it kind of stuns them. But it's because I'm still in concentration mode, so that kind of terror effect opens up their head for me, so they cannot block further headshots, as I'm guaranteed to terrorize all of the enemies from each headshot I get, which opens up their defense for more headshots. And that is why I can use one concentration meter and take out a group of 20 Mongols on Lifo with ease. When the enemies with helmets switch to heavy arrows, and you'll still be able to headshot them down. That's flawless. So to create this build, you want to be wearing the TADAYORI'S armor, which is going to give you headshots, restore 50% of the concentration meter, also an extra 2 seconds buff to your concentration time, and also 30% increase in reload speed. You want to be using the Charm of Versatile skills. That is a key charm, because it's going to double the effects of your minor charms as long as that minor charm is the only one of its category. And then you're going to add in the Charm of Fortune because of the versatile skills, so this is doubled up, so this is now 100% more likely to occur with anything over effect percentage chance. And then you're going to add in the Charm of Terrifying Aim, which is going to give you a 30% chance to terrify if you kill an enemy with a headshot. But because you have the Charm of Fortune and the Charm of Versatile skills, that 30% is now becoming more than 100%. And to get this charm, there's a hidden mission for it, and I'm going to show that to you guys right after this. But the next charm you want to add in this the Charm of IZANAGI, which is going to give you a 40% chance to return an arrow. But because of your charm buffs, this is now 80%. And the last two charms don't really matter, but I like to use the Charm of Fire DOCTRINE, so now instead of 15, now it's at 60. And then I also put in the Charm of Dual Destruction, so instead of a 10% chance, now it's giving me a chance of 40. So that, it's pretty good buffs. Now to get the Terrifying Aim charm, you want to do all 8 of the archery challenges that are in the Iki Island. So these are the archery challenges. There are 8 of them, but you'll only be able to find 7 on the map because the 8th one is hidden. I'll show you how to find it. But when you do these challenges though, make sure you're all wearing the TADAYORI'S armor and you are finishing them in less than 7 seconds, so you can get the most reward out of it. Now to find the 8th hidden one, you want to go to this area right here, the Raider Memorial. And when you get in there, you won't be able to see it. This is because you need to wear a specific outfit to trigger the challenge. So make sure you're wearing the TADAYORI'S outfit when you get to the Raider Memorial and talk to this guy. He is going to be very upset with you on wearing that, and then that's going to trigger the sequence of events which lead you to get to this 8th archery challenge. And if you complete this one under 7 seconds, you will be able to get the Charm of Terrifying Aim. So to do this, you got to do all the challenges and make sure you're all wearing the TADAYORI'S armor. With that, you'll be able to finally get this charm, and it's relatively hidden, so it's not easy to find. But when you do get it, that's what's gonna allow you to complete this, broken arrow build. This charm is it's the best charm in the game, hands down. So you can see, if you're facing enemies with helmets, switch to your heavy arrows and just chase for headshots. You'll be able to take them down with headshots and you'll get all the arrows back, so it doesn't matter. Like, you're not gonna run out of ammo with this. And if you see enemies with no helmets, then just switch to your regular arrows and pace yourself, right? Because you're gonna trigger Terrify. The Terrify chance is at 100%. So if someone goes down, you know, you don't have to waste any arrows. Trigger a headshot, make sure you're at least facing 2+ enemies so that you don't waste that Terrify effect because it is 100%. And when there's a guy with a helmet, switch to the heavy. When there's a guy with a helmet, switch to the regular, or you can just use straight heavies if you want. But once again, get the headshot. If someone goes down, just melee them. You don't have to, you know, waste an arrow. And then if there's only one enemy, wait till there's 2, then chase with the headshots because the other enemy is guaranteed to be terrified. So that's how you kind of pace and manage this build as best as possible. And if you go to a camp area, just, you know, herd all the enemies together first, and then go to your arrows and chase with headshots. You can see every headshot has an 80% chance to give an arrow back, but since it's 100% Terrify, the headshots makes it easier to get further headshots because when the enemies are scared, they kind of go into this, ooh, I'm scared of you, Jin animation. And that animation really opens them up for further headshots. Like people with shields will put them down, or even they just walk back and completely open their stance. So you can see that's a really easy headshot because their stands are open. And you know, some of them will run away because they are terrified. So get used to hurting enemies and just don't worry about facing 20 because you can see here I'm probably facing a good 10 plus, maybe 15 enemies, and it's headshot city. Your aim will obviously also improve as you do this more, but remember, right, to get to that charm, you'll be doing all of those archery challenges, and you have to kind of do them at 7 seconds. So by the end of that journey, these kind of headshots are just going to come to you extremely easily. You can see I am not missing. And this is not because I'm like an amazing player or anything, it's just because I got the repetition I needed from all of those archery challenges, right? So you can see I've gathered, this time I think I've gathered maybe 20 enemies here, and we're just going to town. Missing arrows are not the end of the world, because you 80% chance you'll get an arrow back. So if you miss, just keep on going. But do understand, every headshot will give you 50% of your concentration meter back. So you have a good window of time to aim. Obviously, you can't be too, you know, nonchalant about it. Like you kind of have to rush, but you don't have to rush too badly because it gives you 50% back. So if it takes you 50% of the meter to get one headshot, you're at a good pace, right? And if they're wearing helmets, switch to your heavy arrows and then just go right back at it. That guy's running back, I'm gonna shoot him I'm gonna shoot him anyways. And I shot that guy in the head, so we're perfect. I don't suggest shooting enemies at people running away unless you wanna have fun like I am here. You should just melee them and just save the arrow. But like I said, 80% ammo return is huge, so you're gonna get it back. So this build, broken arrow build, crazy. So as always, if you got any questions, leave it in the comment section. And if you want to add me and play together, feel free to add my PlayStation Network tag right there. I love playing with you guys or just simply chatting about games, or chatting about all games, not just Ghost of Tsushima, 2K, anything, right? So appreciate your support. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you guys again very soon.